Okay, hello everyone, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is for you. Today I'm going to be doing my June reading wrap up, which is so crazy to say because it feels like it was like just March, but like I guess it was just March, but still. I read 7 books this month and 4 of those were audiobooks. Sorry, that's my cat if you hear that in the background. 4 of those were audiobooks and 3 of those were physical books. One of the physical books I do not have right now because I was borrowing it, so yeah, I just don't have it. This is going to be a really quick video because I don't have a lot to say about a lot of the audiobooks I listened to because I just honestly didn't pay a lot of attention to them, but I still have ratings, so let's just get right into it because yeah. So I have it on this sticky note so I don't forget. Very prepared, guys. So the first book I read was a Catherine Center book, and it was the second Catherine Center book I have ever read, which is Things You Save in a Fire, and I gave this book 3.75 stars. It wasn't my favorite. I feel like in the beginning the female main character just kind of got on my nerves because she's like very anti being a girl for some reason, but I know Catherine Center kind of did that on purpose because like that's just how that character was raised, and it was a part of her, just a part of her as a person, and it stemmed from her childhood and what happened to her, so I know it was for a reason, but it kind of just got on my nerves. But I did see a lot of character growth, like more towards like the middle of the book because of the male main character who just helped the female main character grow, and I thought that was just really important to see, and I just really enjoyed that character arc. So 3.75 stars. I would recommend it. It just wasn't my favorite. And then the next book I read, which I did read in physical, but I just don't have the book, is Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. Sorry, I'm butchering that name, I know, but sorry. I rated that one 4.25 stars. I just thought it's like a really interesting kind of like thriller almost. I just thought it was like a really fun new release, and so basically these people were like stranded on an island, and there was like a bunch of ridiculous stuff going on that island, and people were dying, and it was just really sad, and like the world was ending, and they were just stranded on this island in like Antarctica or something, so it was crazy weather, and they just kind of had to survive this. And then this girl, this woman, washes up on shore, and she's like basically almost dead, and so this family is like, where did she come from, blah blah blah, and there's like a bunch of secrets going on. And I know that's like a very vague synopsis, but like it was definitely crazy. And then the ending, I don't know why the author would do that to us because we just connected to these characters so much, and then that ending just broke me, and I don't know. I would 100% recommend it. Like I said, I had it lended to me, but it's just really good, and I kind of want the physical copy. I know I don't need it, but like, and I give that 4.25. And then the next one I read was It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, and I believe this is a part of a interconnected standalone series. There's 2 books in the series, and basically it's almost about this like rich socialite who moved to a town in Washington. It was like a small town type thing, and she moves there. She meets this like rough, brooding fisherman, and he like has a dangerous job, blah 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 blah. And basically, I'm just gonna tell you this because it's a romance book. They fall in love, and she ends up staying in Washington, and I don't know, it just felt it was very spicy, which it says that in the synopsis, so I don't know why I wasn't prepared, but like every other chapter was like 20-page spice scenes, and I was just not having it. It's just too much for me, and I like spice sometimes, but like it was just, I don't know. And the characters just weren't my favorite. It just felt like the whole book kind of just felt like I've read it before, if you get what I mean. Like it's basically a small town romance almost, but like no cowboys or anything. It's a fisherman. So I gave that one 2.75 because I said the spice just wasn't for me, and the idea just did not seem original. So, and then the next one I read was The Breakup Pact by Emma Lord, and I listened to this on audiobook in like 2 times speed, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I don't remember the characters' names. I kind of remember the whole premise of the book, like these 2 characters, the main characters, both got broken up on in very like public spaces, and so basically they get together to kind of get back at their exes, but like they were also friends before or something, and then this big thing happened and they like broke apart, so it's like almost second chance. And I don't know, it wasn't bad by all means. I just can't remember anything because it's just like a rom-com. Like, it's just a silly rom-com that's kind of just like to waste your time almost. And yeah, so I gave it 3 stars because it wasn't bad. I just can't remember anything that happened in the book, so like there's nothing really I can go off on. So I'm sorry, but like it wasn't bad. I have nothing bad to say about it. It just wasn't anything amazing. And then the last audiobook I read was Late Bloomer by Maisie Eddings, and this was a Sapphic romance, and this girl buys a flower farm, and this, like, the owner, the original owner who should own the house, like, was not aware of this because of circumstances you read in the book, and so they kind of like get to know each other because they live together. So it's like a forced proximity Sapphic romance, and I don't know, I enjoyed it, but like I think at this point I just had read too many romances in the month, so like they kind of just started meshing together. But like I would recommend it. It's a very good Sapphic kind of rom-com-ish feel, so 3.25 stars. It was good, just wasn't my favorite. And then we read my second Catherine Center book of the month, so the third one ever, and it was The Rom-Comers. Look at this cover, guys, isn't it gorgeous? And I gave this 4.75 stars. It was one of my favorite romances of like the year so far. It was just so good, and it was giving rom-com vibes all the way, and it's just so fun and an amazing summer read. Like it's just so good. Okay, like, so this girl, why did I forget the name? Her name is Emma, and this is Charlie Yates, and Charlie Yates is a famous screenplay writer, and he's trying to write a rom-com, but he sucks at it because that's not his skill. He writes like zombie movies and stuff and apocalypses, so he's like way out of his league, but he has to write this for a deal he has. So they bring in Emma to try and help him write this rom-com because that's her thing. Sorry, what was that? Because that's like her thing. Like, she writes rom-coms, that's her niche, that's like her whole job, her whole career. But her career kind of stalled because of circumstances with her dad, which you find out in the book. And I think it wasn't just rom-com, but like it gave a lot of rom-com vibes because they're writing a rom-com in this book. I just love books about writers for some reason. That's like a weird thing for me, but it was so good, and the romance was amazing. I feel like they just brought each other out of their shell, and like I said, Catherine Center is so good at writing stories like about the people and building her characters up and making them have so much depth to them, and I just loved it. Like, this is my favorite Catherine Center book so far. It was so good. Like, I love this. And the cover is gorgeous, and I gotta say, I will be reading like her whole backlist hopefully. And then I read Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab, and this, I have a vlog on it, so you can go see all my thoughts. I'm not gonna go into like any detail on this, but it's a Sapphic vampire romance. If it's a weird cut, I had to move some things around, so like, but it's okay. Hold on. There you go. So as I was saying, it's a Sapphic vampire romance, and it is 3 different point of views, and V.E. Schwab never ceases to make like crazy endings, and she gave me whiplash with this one. Like, at the beginning, I had no idea what was going on, and like, I just don't know. Like, I couldn't connect any of the dots for like anything. I had no idea what was going on until like the last 50 pages, and then everything got like explained to you. So I was just like left and right, like, what is going on? And in the beginning, it was definitely a lot slower. Like, if you've read Addie LaRue, like the start was just way slower, and then it definitely picked up in the end, and I was just like amazed like at how she made this story. Like, so there was just so much to it, and I was just it was crazy to me. I was just getting whiplash, like what was going on, I don't know. But and then also like the timeline to this, like it was going back and forth in time and stuff, and I think she just did such a good job of making those different decades, integrate them into her characters' lives and what they went through in these times. And she just has so much descriptions in her book, and it amazes me at how like poetically she writes. It was so good. I gave this one 4.5 stars, I think. So that's my June reading wrap up, and if you like these videos, please tell me down below because I would love to continue doing more of them. So I read 7 books this month, 3 physical, 4 audiobooks, and I hope to read more next month. So subscribe, like, share, all the YouTube things. Thank you so much for watching my wrap up. Bye.